G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for a little bit of a just play around episode. This is not based on any series, this is just the pet cabalist that I have created actually a while ago. And I'm just going to play this for a little bit, maybe do a Shattered Realm run, and just generally mess around with it. While I'm getting the boys out, let's go ahead and have a quick look at the build. Start with the gear. So we have the 4-piece Lost Souls set. We have 2 Spiritbinder glyphs here. These are here for elemental to vitality damage conversion for the pets. The other conversion is coming from the gloves here with physical and acid to vitality damage conversion. Obviously, there's better rolls available on that acid conversion, but I kind of don't care. So that's what we've got there. We've got Lost Souls, we've got Lost Souls, we've got Lost Souls. Chest piece is the Necrolord's Shroud, which honestly should surprise just about nobody. Wild Show and leg guards because I haven't been and farmed the MI pants yet. These are decent legendary pants, and they will do as a stand-in until you can get a good set of Bismail sect pants. I've got the Fiend Flesh Greaves here. This has a... it's not a circuit breaker, but it's a nice shield when you get hit. A little bit of extra defense there, and also a bunch of skill points. Bone Scavenger's Death Grips here again for the conversion, but also these will give you extra pets when you attack things, and Curse of Frailty counts as an attack on each target each second that it's active. So if I cast this once and I hit 8 targets, it's going to tick 8, maybe 9 times depending on when it hits. So 8 targets, 9 attacks on each of them. That's, 72 attacks or something with one cast, which is pretty good. This is absolute fantasy item. I did find this. It took me literal months of farming to get this. If you're going to play this character, don't try and farm this. It will take you a very, very long time. This is an MI for all of those skill points. The main point there, though, is the +1 summon limit to raise skeletons at the bottom. That comes from the MI itself, not from either of the affixes on that. Ideally, you want of Cage Souls, I think, more than Cabalists. But, yeah, it's pretty good. We have the Shadow Fiend's Cord here for +1 to Necro and Occultist skills, as well as some resistances for the pets. The relic we have is the Mogdrogan's Ardor for +1 to all skills again. And I think that was all of those. Here are the skill points. We are maximizing the Hellhounds. We have a little bit into the Familiar for the extra elemental aura for resistances and damage. We have Blood of Drig because we're playing an Occultist, and there are exactly 0 Occultists that have ever been made that shouldn't have Blood of Drig. Pets here, Bond of Bismail. We have the actual curse here. This has got extra points in just for radius. And then over in the Necro tree, maxed out skeletons. This is 20 out of 12 because the additional 2 hard points that I could put in here get you, I think it's 0.2 second skill recharge and a little bit less energy. Completely useless. Never take this above 20. Will of the Crypt is definitely good to have above 20. I just don't have the points for it. Being a common theme for pet builds, you just will not have the points required for all the stuff you want. For example, I would love to have a maxed out Blight Fiend, but I have 1 point here, I have 1 point here, and I have 1 point here, because that's all the skill points I had available to do it. Same with Reap Spirit. I would like to have more points here. I think at some point I did have more points here, but this is just what I've got left. This is a very offensive devotion mapping. These are just for the colors, more or less. We've got the Shepherd's Call for 250% all damage. It's pet damage. We have Bismail's Command here. The pet that this summons shreds resistances. So that's our non-stacking resistance shredding. We have these over here. These are just pet resistances and buffs, basically. This one gives you pet's lifesteal, which is quite nice. Typhus is all of the damage and mostly for the resistances. Mogdrogan the Wolf is greatly nerfed from what it was pre 1.2, I think. But still very, very nice. 30% total speed on the proc is huge. And then I think there's some... is there other total speed somewhere in here? No. Okay, but anyway, lots of damage there. Will of Ratosh here because we are doing vitality damage, so shredding 28% vitality resistance is always a good thing to do. And our only defensive devotion, only defensive devotion proc, I should say, is Giant's Blood here. Now, at the end of this video, I will pause and do a bit of a respec, and I'll show you the Chaos version of this build. The Chaos version, I forget who I stole it from. I didn't make up the Chaos version, but it is ridiculously tanky. It will allow you to completely disrespect the entire campaign, and up to about Shattered Realm 70 you can do without thinking, and past that you can still do it quite easily, up to about Shattered Realm 90, but you will have to worry about positioning and stuff like that. However, this is the offensive build. This is a lot squishier, although it's still not squishy, it's a pet build, so the pets are going to get in the way of arrows and stuff like that. It's possible, but difficult to die. But this is made for damage. So let's go run around and see if we can't spawn some Nemesis bosses. I think I have Nemesis on most of these. Yeah, some. I don't have Eldritch Horrors. That's weird. Anyway, we'll go spawn some stuff. Now, a lot of the complaints I hear about pet builds is that they are walking simulators. You don't push any buttons, you're not really playing the character, you're just walking around. This build has 1, 2, 3 skills you're going to be casting almost every pack. It also has, well, you can't see it right now, but temporary damage buff, healing button you need to keep active, and a movement skill. So it's, I probably wouldn't call this a piano, but it's definitely more buttons than some of the right clickers that people seem to enjoy. So I would say it's probably slightly above average in terms of buttons to push. And you do want to be pushing them relatively regularly. So I'm just down here to kill Turnox. I am looking to get upgrades on the... what is going on here? I'm looking to get upgrades on the Krieg set for my Death Knight. I do this occasionally. I get a bit of a bee in my bonnet and I decide that the Death Knight needs better gear. I don't know why, but it gives me something to do. So we've killed Turnox. Let's go play with Valexteria, and then we'll go kill... was it Fleshweaver Krieg, I think it is? We'll go kill him as well. Keeping the Wraiths summoned is sometimes a little bit difficult because this actually does kill things relatively quickly. And you'll cast the Wraiths on an enemy sort of in the middle of the pack and it'll just die before the attack lands. The damage is being spread out a decent bit here, but wait till we get to something that actually is kind of on its own. This particular version, I would say, won't do Ravager and Celestials, basically. It can do it, but you're going to be kiting a lot. Running away, resummoning, that sort of thing. The Chaos version is vastly more tanky, and can more or less just stand in front of the Ravager. It's not quite that good, but it is very tanky. Here we go, we'll play with Alexander. There's all the death saves going off. Like I said, you can die with this. So we've got a triple rare Alexander's Pants there. Rampage of Soul Warding is not very good. But hey, triple rare, right? What do we got? Decree of the Circle of 5. Nice little dagger there with the Bone Lance. You can build an entire character around that. And then the Gavel of Ravenous Souls. What are they attacking? I think they might be bugged out. That was weird. Oh, you know what? It's him down there. Yeah, okay. Let's turn the loot back on. So I'm going to be leaving a lot of the loot on the floor, just because I don't really need it. I'll pick up things that I'm using on other characters, just to kind of compare them, and if it's better, I'll swap them out, maybe, if I remember. But generally speaking, I'm going to be leaving most of the stuff on the floor. So, this is the Vitality version, as I said. Vitality is not usually known for damage. And you can do this same sort of thing with Chaos, but I found that the Chaos version works better as a very defensive devotion setup, just with how the points worked out. And the vitality ended up being quite good for damage, even though the damage type itself usually is not known for damage, it's more known for tankiness. But you can see we're pretty much just running past stuff, and this is a fully offensive devotion map. Let's go kill what's-her-face in here. Why not? So we push all the buttons, we can curse everybody. And then I think I'll wait for all the buttons to come back, and then we'll go play with... I can't even remember her name, the quest dude. Or dudette, as it were. Alright, so a lot of the procs are falling off. That'll be fine. We'll just hit Blood of Drieg and kind of kill off her friends first. Here we go. So she melts pretty quickly. Second version's taking a little bit longer. Probably has some vitality resistances. Either way, went down without too much issue. We'll go kill Krieg, and then whatever Nemesis is next. I think it's going to be the Ethereal Nemesis. For those who are wondering, Rampage, Alexander's Leg Guards of Soul Warding are not great. Good resistances, and skill points are obviously always good. But physical, vitality, and bleeding damage on those... not really a good combination there. Did I see a star here? I did not. I think I may actually... Let's tell the boys to kill that arcane. I may actually just do a couple of Nemesis and then swap over. Or respec, rather. Just because otherwise we're going to be here all day. This is just going to be a short-ish video, maybe half hour or so. Maybe slightly longer, we'll see how we go. Bit of a filler episode, I know, but this is the... I'm trying to talk Theoden. This is the character that will be starting probably either end of this week or next week. I'll be starting a Pet Cabalist playthrough. So, kind of showing off what you're going to get at the end of it. Although, for leveling, this is going to be a Fire Pets build rather than a Vitality Pets build. Actually, let's do the swap here. You kind of seen the higher damage version. Let's swap to Chaos. So I'll be back in a second. Just going to pause recording and see you in a bit. Okay, and with the magic of the pause button, we are back. Right, so there's been a few gear changes. The rings have been swapped out, so we now have Vitality converted to Chaos on the rings. The offhand is no longer an MI. This is the Reaper of the Accursed. 1 to all Necro skills, some pet buffs, and a Circuit Breaker, an actual Circuit Breaker on the offhand there. So when you die, once every minute and 20 seconds, instead of dying, you don't die. So that's pretty good. The gloves here, the Mythical Overlord's Iron Grip, that's got a bit of defensive ability on it, bunch of skill points. There's a lot of options you could put here. The Touch of the Everliving Grove would be good if... I didn't actually check that, but if it could cover resistance holes. I guess it's not really got much in the way of resistance holes, and I just killed off all of my pets, which is lovely. But these are okay for pet gloves. Same boots. We have swapped the Mark of Unlife in here. This one again is another Circuit Breaker. This one, when you go below 40%, once every 40 seconds, this will heal you and give you a bunch of crowd control resistances. The Circuit Breaker itself is not as strong as this one. It's got 25% health or healing instead of 40, and the Reaper of the Accursed also has 28% damage absorption, whereas this one just has some crowd control resistances. So it is considerably weaker, but it's up twice as often. And I think that's it for gear changes. Skill points have changed a little bit. Like I said, I didn't make this particular build. I stole this from someone a while ago. and I didn't write down who I stole it from. I just have the Grim Tools link saved in a notepad, so my apologies to whoever I nicked this from, but thank you. So this is what we've got for skill points, and then for devotions, you'll notice there's no Mogdrogan the Wolf, there's not even a Shepherd's Call down here, no Typhus, it's all up here. And, I mean, you could definitely take Tree of Life as well, but Nature's Guardians here seems more or less enough. The damage absorption there, giving all of the pets taunt all of the time, well, most of the time, is pretty good as well. And then we've got more skeletons here, so instead of Bismeal's command for the non-stacking resistance shredding, we are using Raise the Dead here. And then this is a lot of pet damage. It's chaos themed, so yeah, it's pretty good. Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to swap this for... Do I have... I want to see if I can swap that for the Touch of the Everliving Grove, which I should have in here somewhere. I've got 2 of them. What's that? Pierce and Bleeding. Bleeding. Show me Bleeding. That's way over cap. Okay, I can do that. Which one's better? I mean, it's this one, it's not even close. These used to, I think, have physical resistance instead of defensive ability on the Bonds of Bismeal, which is, I think, why they're here. But, yeah, it's... No. Right, let's go swap those over, or at least have a look and see if we can. We need... Is it Mankind's Vigil? Yeah. And another Enchanted Earth. I'm not going to melt those gloves for obvious reasons, but I'm not going to have one either, am I? Corpse dust. No. Okay. That's fine. We'll just make one. It's probably a million... yeah, these things. And 4 Restless Remains. Okay. Restless Remains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enchanted Earth, done, and we want Mankind's Vigil. Okay, so we'll chuck that on there, we'll chuck that on there, and we should just be able to swap that in. Do we get Chaos Res from the doggy? Or am I just running around with... Yeah, I'm just running around without Chaos Res. Okay. What am I missing? That one there. Okay.
Come see what's left of my wares. Iron well spent.
There we go. Resists are capped. Capped in air quotes. And we've got another healing proc there. So 10% chance when I attack things. And again, Curse of Frailty counts as 1 attack per second per target. So this is going to go off more or less on cooldown. Same deal with Ill Omen. 1 attack per target per second. So we get attacks constantly, and we're going to be getting healing from this proc every probably 4.7 seconds or something like that. It's going to be very, very often. And then we also get... this one I think has a heal on it, does it? No, it doesn't. Just damage absorption, but yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay. Let's get the boys out, and we'll go... kill some stuff. Again, I'm going to just run through the same areas. You can kind of compare and contrast, I guess we'll call it, how things are looking. This is still going to disrespect the campaign completely. It's going to be a little bit less damage. You know, heroes will die slightly slower, but it's still going to kill everything, no problem. I haven't actually pushed a button yet. I guess we can push the occasional button. Where's Turnox? There he is. Push the damage button. And, I mean, still dies relatively easily. But we are considerably tankier in this build. That was quick. Alright. And I'm just gonna not stand in front of him, I think. Definitely don't want to be eating the meteor when he drops it. That one there. But still dies very, very easily. Did that... He didn't drop his pants? I mean, giggity, but where are the pants? That is very strange. Naden's Reach there, and then Sigil of the Depraved. This one's actually pretty good with the Doom Bolt proc if you're going to be doing a Vitality build. This is obviously not a Vitality build, so we're going to leave it on the floor. And of course we are one skeleton short. That'll be this thing. Because I'm not using the Wendigo Gaze anymore, that's going to be one less skeleton. Alright, so you can still see, or you can see things still die very, very easily. But we are considerably tankier. We've got extra death saves. We just don't care, generally speaking, about most of this stuff. This is the build that I use to kill the Ravager. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I have used this build to kill the Ravager. And you can kind of stand in front of him. Kind of. It's not going to be quite as easy as just stand in front of him and tank it, but depending on which version you've got, this is definitely quite easy. Your pets will definitely be a lot tankier. And obviously the player is as well. So we'll run through here. You can see all this stuff is... It is dying behind me, but there are going to be things left alive. Whereas with the Vitality build, pretty much everything died the second it showed up on the screen. So you can absolutely tell that the damage is lower, or at least it feels like it to me. But what you trade in damage you make up for in just not caring ever about dying. There's one less button as well. I don't have the Wraiths. Also don't have the Wraiths from the gloves. So we lost a decent amount of damage from just not having those extra pets. And then from not having the Mogdrogan, the wolf proc, and there's a lot less damage going around, put it that way. But it's still kind of enough. So we'll just beat these guys down. Either of these builds can be done at the end of the Fire Pets leveling playthrough that I'm going to be starting. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to start, but it'll be either this weekend or sort of mid next week. It's certainly coming next. So we'll just go get Krieg. We can maybe see if we can spawn Chupacabra. Or, and what's good? Chaos. Maybe we'll go fight some Chaos dudes. Kind of show the build against Benjar or something like that. So I haven't done a guide or a build showcase for this particular version, mostly because I don't feel like it's my build. I stole this from someone else, whereas the Vitality version, I I researched from a whole bunch of different places. If you steal from one guy, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many, it's research. But I just copy-pasted this one. There was no research involved at all. There was no modifications in this one. It's just, I wanted a tankier version, and then, oh look, there's a tankier version, I'll take it. So, I think there's enough information in this video, and I'll put Grimtool's links in the bottom as well for anyone who wants to try them. That you will be able to make this. Both of these builds are relying on double legendary rings, and they are quite rare for the damage conversion. So if you do want to make this, you'll probably be stuck on fire for quite a while. You could also try Aether, but fire is going to be considerably better. Right, let's do it. So this is chaos damage into chaos enemies, and they kind of melted. I'll just mouse over the loot for anyone who wants to see it. Soul Pendant's actually not too bad. Alright, we'll do a quick run up to Darkvale Gate, maybe. Actually, I did say I was going to do a Shattered Realm run, so we'll do Shattered Realm 75, 76, and that'll be the end, I think. Which waystone is that? Almost certainly don't have one. Eternal? That's 80. Where's Celestial? Yeah, that one. We'll just make one of those. So let's go Waystone, Celestial, 75. Alright, so if you need a build to farm Shattered Realm 75, this will absolutely do it. It's obviously not going to be anywhere close to Immortal in here. It's tanky, for sure, but you do have to respect the heroes in here more than you did in the campaign. So we'll just work our way through here. And again, I am taking damage for sure, but it's honestly not a big deal. This might actually be the first Shattered Realm run I've done since 1.2. I've been not very active in Shattered Realm since the patch. So I wonder what the changes have been, if any. Alright, this should be enough to get us through to the portal. Of course it isn't. And I definitely could be trying to go faster here as well. I'm not trying to min-max for speed here or anything like that. But we'll still get through relatively quickly. Alright, we've got traps here, that's fine. We've got shamblers, that's very much not fine. Shamblers hurt. Alright, more traps. Haven't seen much in the way of heroes on this level yet. Do we get a nemesis? We might have a nemesis. Yeah, there it is. Who we got? Kaisan? Not a problem. So let's just push into his room here. Kill off most of it, and then we'll go in and fight him. Kaisan in Shattered Realm 75, 76 is a decent amount more difficult than in the campaign. Still not super duper difficult, but you can see he's already killed one skeleton, or at least someone has already killed one skeleton. Let's kill off his friends. There we go. Celestial down, or Nemesis down, I should say. Alright, we'll push through here. Next floor should be the boss room, which is going to be fun. Hopefully we get something interesting. Alright, got a few heroes on the bridge here. We'll use the damage buttons. We'll definitely get out of whatever that was. Healing potions on cooldown. I might just wait here a second. Just kidding, I've got Blood Odrieg. So going through here with the Vitality build, and the Vitality build will absolutely do Shattered Realm 75, 76 much quicker. Because it kills things faster, it actually takes less damage in general. But this build, because it's just tankier, will take less damage when it gets hit. Either one of these two builds is really good. If you're interested in a pet build, these are two that I can definitely recommend. Alright, so boss room on 75. What do we got? Slathsar, Xantaran, Jaren, and that's probably Musalaki. What are you? Yeah, you are Moosey. Alright, let's go counterclockwise here. There we go. Jaren, the Plague Warped, should just pretty much fall over. I'm not expecting anything too difficult from him. Although it looks like he has killed a skeleton. Or at least something has killed a skeleton. What do we got now? Xantaran the Immortal. We'll probably just keep moving around so I don't get sundered or anything like that. Definitely want to take as little damage as I can. He hasn't even killed one skeleton there, so down he goes. Slathzar. Kind of who cares. I'll just keep an eye out for the goop on the floor. Alright, that's the end of him. Moosey might be a problem, he can freeze the pets. Probably he'll be fine, but I don't know for sure. Just gonna tell the boys to focus him and they will freeze and die as they do. And then, there he goes. So we'll go talk to old mate, go to the next shard just to maximize loot.
Well done.
Let's go deeper. Like I mentioned, I'm not particularly trying to speedrun this, but you definitely can do faster for sure. Alright. Is there any nemesis here? I'm gonna go ahead and say there is not. Gotta find a few more things to kill. Alright, how do we get up there? Can't really see. The map is covered in stars. Alright, this should just about do us. There we go. Alright, another regular type floor. Who we got? Iron Maiden this time. So we'll kind of stay back a little bit. And Iron Maiden should die, I'm not going to say easily, but kind of. Blitzing around. I think he may have missed me there. Not 100% sure, but I expected to take more damage than that for sure. Alright, the good thing about finding the Nemesis is that it more or less completes the shard for you. This will definitely complete the shard for me. That's a lot of heroes. Alright, there we go, and we've got another normal level. Nemesis we have Valderan. Okay. Get some damage buff for the boys. Kind of want to get towards Valderan there. You can see though with the damage spread out a little bit, it does take a little bit longer to kill things. Not too much longer. It's definitely still doable, but it is longer. Alright, here's Valderan. He's gonna melt decently quickly. There he goes. And boss room o'clock. So what do we got here? Master of Flesh, so that's going to be Theoden, Fabius, Tiergan, and Alexander. Okay, Alexander's going to be annoying. This one doesn't animate, which is nice. Let's see if we can't get him over here. Okay, there we go. And now we pretty much just stand back and let them kill him. Watch for the meteors, obviously. It's probably, maybe not the largest attack in the game, but it is definitely a very large attack. Tiergan here, just like his campaign version, I'm pretty sure he's going to come back to life. Yep, there he is. That's fine. Still haven't lost the skeleton, which is nice. Alright, that's him dead. Fabius. Go, take him out as well. Try and stay a little bit closer. Alright, down he goes. Not much in the way of problems there either. And the Master of Flesh here starts out in his final form, I believe, so once he goes down, that's gonna be it. Oh, no. Starts out in his second form. Anyway, we'll kill him again. It'll be no problem. There we go. Alright, let's see the loot. So I'm going to claim my reward. Well done, thank you very much. And let's turn the epics off just for the second, just for the moment. So this is the loot room you get when you do 2 consecutive. So 75, 76, or 80, 81, something like that. You get a loot room like this. So what do we got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 legendaries. That one I'm going to keep. Stormbearers, I might check for the Primal Strike. Dread Knight. No, I don't think I want any of the rest of this stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's turn the epic items on. I don't know why this... Hang on. Oh, it's a set item, that's why. Okay. Slithbane, Vilescorn, Turins, Vilescorn. Kind of, who cares? And then Monster and Frequence. Did we get any doubles? No. What do we got? Ember, Reaper's Leg Guard, Goddess Ring, Fabius Shoulders, okay. Yeah, none of that. Alright, so that is 2 Cabalist builds, kind of showcased a little bit. So that's going to be the end of this episode. But I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.